Hi guys, Woody here, and today we're going to be starting a new, a new challenge. Yeah, it's a new sim challenge on this channel. So, I don't know if you guys follow Carmen King, but I do, and I saw her post this new challenge she started called the Haunted Hotel. And I instantly, like, my brain just went crazy and started like thinking of all these different possibilities and all these different things we could do with this. And so our new challenge is the Haunted Hotel, but it is quite a bit different from Carmen's, just because, like I said, I love the idea, but I wanted to add a bunch to it, so I ran with it. So today we're just going to be meeting the characters, seeing the hotel, and getting into it that way. The new paranormal stuff pack comes out on the 26th. I'm recording this on the 24th. So on the 26th is when we will actually start the challenge, because I want to get the new ghosties and all of that in here. But just for today, we're just doing an overview. So here is our hotel. I tried to make it like spooky looking, but not like too spooky. You'd still like want to go to it. So here's the back. We have a little DJ station. We have a pool, little lounging chairs, a table, a whole like outside kitchen, a bar, and a little island, so you can just sit at that. Okay, back around front. So in the hotel, when you first walk in, there is a little desk. I took it from the restaurant in back, so it's not what it actually looked like, but it's the best I could do. So here's that, and then to the right over here is like a little cafe. You can come in here and get some snackies, and there's a fireplace. And then if you go towards there's also like a little area for you to like take off your clothes and hang it up there. And then if you go to the left, there's like a little lunch bar. So a little lunch area instead. So it's like breakfast or lunch. And then go through here, there's this huge kitchen, like absolutely absurd. It's insane. And then we have a bar. And we have a little storage area for like the cooks and everything. And then, you know, we're not gonna go downstairs yet. We're not gonna go downstairs. It's just like a little like storage area again with these, as well as a graveyard, because it's haunted. Okay. So then when you go upstairs, here we have a few different rooms. As we get to the room, I will describe the person that lives in that room. So we just have this like creepy little sculpture area. There are cameras like everywhere throughout, because there's like a creepy mastermind who lives down here, and they watch everyone. So, back up here. Okay, so first things first, after you come upstairs, there's this little hallway, and then there's this room, which is the cheapest room in the hotel. It is the least expensive room, and this little boy here, I'll make him come over here, Philip, all the characters are dead. I'm going to just stop for a minute and mention that all these characters are dead. Warning, some of them look gory because they all look like how they died. So this is probably a PG-13 challenge. Just going to say that here, pre-warning. There's some gore, there's tragedy, there's a lot in this that's messed up. So if you're younger, I suggest clicking off. But if you're older and you're into that kind of thing and into some spooks and some drama, then stay. And let's get into this. So here is Philip's room. See, Philip Hubbard. He is the only child of the hotel. And as you can see, there's no like defining mark of how he died, and that's because he was beaten to death. His father, well, that's all I'm gonna say is that he was beaten to death. And that him and his father lived here at the hotel, and that's why their room is so messy. His father was a drug addict, which is why there's so many things over here. He was an addict. And yeah, so as we go through the story of the haunted hotel and we figure out the challenge is there are so many people that live here, and you have to go through and figure out how they died, when they died, who murdered them, and why. And once you know how they died, they no longer show their death. Like, they slowly become more of themselves as they realize what happened to them. And then once they finally realize everything, they are allowed to move on and leave the hotel. But until then, they are trapped here. They are stuck in this hotel for eternity. And there's other ghosts that they gave up. They completely gave up trying to figure out their story, and they're ghosts now because they lost all hope, they lost all of their humanity, so now they're ghosts. Whereas these guys still look like Sims because they still have their humanity in them and they still want to figure out what happened to them. So slowly as they figure it out, there are clues hidden all around the hotel. They have to find the clues, figure out what happened to them, and then they can move on. So his first clue is in here, and it is all of these little things here, which just is a clue as to what happened to him. Was, his dad was addicted to all of these things, or he knows someone that lived here in this room with him was addicted to all these things. He doesn't know it's his dad yet. Anyway, so his story is really sad. All of the stories are really sad. I'm going to try not to share too much about them. But yeah, so this is his room. This is little Philip. So he lives here. And then we have this room over here, which is empty. We can add more people if you guys want, or we can just keep it to the characters we have right now and just slowly get rid of them or add more, however you guys want to do it. This room is empty, and this room belongs to Eddie Whitmore. And Eddie, as you can see, was strangled to death. Eddie is a big old nerd. See? He's a big old nerd. And he came to the hotel for a Comic-Con. So whereas Philip lived here like his whole life because his father couldn't afford an actual home, Eddie was just here for a Comic-Con type of situation. And that's all I can say. He was just here for a Comic-Con situation, and he got murdered because when people come to this hotel, their worst instincts and their worst fears and everything come to life. They just behave as terribly as they can. This hotel just brings out the worst in them. So people end up doing things that they never thought that they would do simply because of the hotel. In this room over here belongs to, I'm trying to get her to come here, belongs to Audra. Here she comes. Ah, the little brat. So this room belongs to Audra, and she was pretty brutally murdered. She was silenced. By who? For why? For why? Why? I can't tell you, but she was silenced. But she is a writer, and she's like a mystery writer. So, as you can see her books right here. She's very into logic and debate and mystery, and she is a writer. You can also see some surgical tools. Anyway, so yeah, she was murdered in this hotel when she was here for a stay writing. I also went through and I gave them all personality types, or not personality types, but characteristics. So I'll go through all of those after you meet everyone. So here is Brit. Oh no, Brittany's up here. Just kidding. That was her twin sister. So we go up the stairs, and these are the two middle class rooms. Down here, like, these are all of the cheaper rooms, and then this one's the absolute cheapest. And then you come upstairs, and we have these two middle rooms, which are the middle class, and these two are pretty cheap rooms as well. So up the stairs, and we also have this little office. Up the stairs, first we're going to go into this room. And this room, as you can tell, they were planning on staying here for a little bit. They came here. Here, I'll teleport them in here. Oh no! Hit the wrong button. Like a noob. Okay. Pretty sure they're both like playing on their computers or something. Okay, so in here lives the twins. We have Brittany. Here, let me get her to look at the camera. There we go. We have Brittany Hale. And we have Amelia Hale. They are teenagers. They came here for a Halloween night. As you can see, Brittany came up with the idea of them being skeletons, and she went for the slutty skeleton, whereas Amelia was like, oh yeah, let's do that. I'm going all in. Yeah. Her sister played her real hard. That's fine, because Amelia is very introverted, whereas her sister is very extroverted, and she's not really into like showing off things and everything, so she was fine with this. Anyway, so they were here for a Halloween party over by the pool. This is in like a sunny state, so we're actually, I say that, but we're actually in Forgotten Hollow. That's where this is placed, because I thought they would be the best, you know, the best place for this kind of thing, a haunted hotel. Anyway, so all of this stuff is Brittany's. All of it's Brittany's. Nothing here is really Amelia's, because, you know, Amelia doesn't bring a million things. Anyway, that's their room. They were here for a Halloween party, and things turned drastic. Amelia has her throat slit, whereas Brittany has her wrist slit. That's all I can say. Next we have let's go through the cheapest rooms first. So we have this room over here, and this is one of my favorite, this is one of my favorite characters. I like Amelia, but like this one, I don't know. I also really like Audra, but I got a special connection with this girl here. So, this is Lily Hammond. She is a pregnant, which you can't really tell, because, you know, Sims. She is a pregnant teenager who was beaten to death. Here's her first clue. She was a huge soccer girl. She is a huge fitness. She's a fitness buff. She's obsessed with soccer and everything. When, you know, she got pregnant and her whole life turned sideways. Here's another clue in here. So I guess I can say, because I already planned out like all of their stories, so I'm trying to figure out how much I can tell you. she's at the hotel because she was running away. Her and her significant other, the baby daddy, were supposed to run away together. So that's why she's here. Next, these are the two most expensive rooms. There's this one, and there is this one, which is the honeymoon suite. And you've seen her walking around. Get her to run here. But this room is the honeymoon suite, so you can guess, you know, why this person's here. She actually came here to get married, and it didn't go great for her. Here she is, she's coming. Her dress is going through the stairs. Everyone's just kind of wandering around the hotel because they don't know what to do with themselves. Okay, so Gloria, who was stabbed in the back, quite literally, was here to get married, and things just went south. I can't tell you who stabbed her or why yet, but poor girl she got stabbed in the back, literally. So her characteristics, her traits: she's delightful, she's high-spirited, she's sociable, she's well-balanced, romantic, sincere, spice hound. She loves spicy food. So far, she's got I didn't give her this, so I think it's Slice of Life gave her this. The Inspector. She's practical and fact-minded, individuals whose reliability cannot be doubted. Popular hobbies for this include concentration games like chess and Trivial Pursuit. So she's also beloved in every man. She's a reality show star. She's compassionate. She's a world-renowned actress, a lover, and alluring. So far, she's a little bit of a negative reputation, but I did not give her. If I did, that was completely accidental. But she's supposed to be, I need to change that, because she is actually, as you can see, well-renowned actress. She is super famous. She is an actress. She is like this very sweet, down-to-earth, amazing person. She cares about all other people, other beings, and she's like your great, like, like that great, sweet mom, but she's not really your mom. She's like a friend mom, and she's amazing. For traits, she has acting 10, baking 8, charisma 10, comedy 10, cooking 7, dancing 5, fitness 8, logic 6, media production 5, mixology 8, singing 8, social drama 3, and woohoo 4. So she's just a very sweet, kind person, and, you know, she just came and got married, and it just went south. Pretty sure Eddie's right here. So we'll go over Eddie's traits. Eddie grew up as a nerd, and he always got picked on a lot, and no one really liked him. He didn't have many friends, but as he grew up, he kind of grew into his body, and he still has that introverted, non-social, like, doesn't like people, doesn't know how to talk to people personality. So his body's now, like, people don't pick on him for that, but now he's still very standoffish. So he grew up nerdy. He's still nerdy. He never grew out of it, but he's an attractive nerd now. So his fitness level is 4, his handiness is 10, logic is 10, persuasion is 5, research and debate is 10, robotics is 10, rocket science is 4, and his video gaming is 10. And his traits are nerdy, ambitious, ADHD, because even though he is so extremely smart and nerdy, he has this difficult time with everything because of his ADHD. He's a geek, he's very self-conscious, he's a speedy reader, he's innocent, he's extremely intelligent, he's argumentative. So since he's so intelligent, he argues about his beliefs a lot because he knows he's right. So even if it's an opinion, He's so used to being right that he thinks he just has to be right. He's mentally gifted, entrepreneurial, mentor, independent. He got the champion, which I do not agree with. It says it's enthusiastic, creative, and sociable, free spirits. That is not him at all. So I'll have to get rid of that. He's introverted, everyman, which I don't agree with either. Well, I guess, yeah, I do. They just want to belong and feel like they're part of something. They lack any distinctive identity and rarely stand out. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. He's a seasoned gamer. He's a temporary genius, which, I mean, he's just a straight up genius. He's handy. He has a high metabolism, which is why his body is so great, because his fitness level is low. He doesn't exercise or do anything to get his body. He just has it. And he is responsible. And he has a computer science degree and a biology degree. And he graduated in STEM distinguished degrees with high honors. Next, we have Audra. She must be playing a video game. Trolling the forums. Oh, I wouldn't expect that of her. So, as I said before, Audra is a writer. She grew up in a very encouraging and happy household. So did the other two that we've discussed so far. They grew up in pretty great households, which sadly the rest of them did not. So both Eddie and Gloria and Audra all grew up in pretty great households, where Audra's parents were very supportive and really pushed her towards her goals. So she's very well balanced, she's clever, she's determined, she's a linguist. So she's very skilled in speaking and writing Simlish, and they gain the writing skill and child's social skill faster. She's a workaholic. She got the idealist, poetic, kind, and altruistic people, always eager to help a good cause. Popular hobbies include poetry, creative writing, music, photography, theater, and visual art, which I agree with. I think that's pretty great for her. Poetic, she's a psychonaut. So you can this is a from an mod. I have a bunch of like modded things. She's very smart, and she's into psychology, so she can reach out and start conversations about really abstract things and deep spiritual levels. She's poetic, creative, visionary, argumentative, because she grew up very believing in herself. So now that she's so smart and she grew up believing in herself, she's very, whereas, I'm not speaking English, whereas Eddie thinks he's always right, she just, when she knows she's right, or has the evidence, then she stands up for it, whereas she doesn't just constantly think she's right. She's a personality reader, she's a natural speaker, she's critically connected, intelligent, observant, an artist, independent, shameless, overachiever, 100%, responsible, in the know, higher education, professional, natural leader, muser, quick learner, everyman. And she has a psychology degree and a distinguished degree with honors. We didn't discuss this character yet because this character's story is very different. Carrie here is a little witchy queen who just lives at the hotel, and she completely gave up trying to figure out her story because she found out who killed her, and it was the love of her life. So she no longer has the marks of how she died because she found out, she figured it out. She does not tell anyone. We do not know. But we know that it was the love of her life, and that now she doesn't want to know any other thing. She doesn't want to be released. She doesn't want to move on. She wants to stay here at the hotel and help other people move on, because it was just too hard for her to figure out the rest of her past, the rest of what happened to her. So then we have Brittany. Brittany here is a terrible human being. We should probably talk about both the twins at the same time. So Amelia is a singer-songwriter, and she is amazing at what she does. She has this very natural talent. And her sister, Brittany, does not have any talent. And she's tone deaf, and she despises her sister, because her sister is just naturally beautiful, naturally skinny, naturally talented, just has all of these things given to her, whereas Brittany has to work for everything. Brittany is the most popular girl. She has guys fawning over her wherever she goes. She has so many friends. She has everything she could ever want, but she has worked so hard for it that she completely resents her sister for everything her sister has. So they grew up in a pretty bad household. As you can see, they don't have any relationships. None of the characters do, besides, who is in the hotel. Because they woke up not remembering fully who they are. So they have to figure that out before they can move on. But what we do know about her is that she is a little psychopath. And she completely despises her sister for everything, because her sister is so introverted and doesn't like people and doesn't use her talents, whereas, Brittany would. So her traits and her skills, I couldn't think of the word. She's acting level 5. She is very big into, I wouldn't say dealing, but into the substance abuse. She's a big party girl. So she's level 10 of the drugs, all of them. She's level 10 charisma, level 5 comedy, level 10 DJ mixing. That's the one thing that she is really good at, and she had to work her butt off, whereas her sister is really good at DJ mixing. She's level 10 as well, but natural. She's level 4 at dancing, level 10 at fitness, which again, she had to work to get to. Level 5 at gambling, which is another thing she's really good at, but she had to learn. Level 4 at media, level 10 at mischief, level 10 mixology, 3 persuasion, pills 10, social drama 5, she's crazy, weed 10, woo-woo 5. And then her traits, she's abusive, so she's violent to the people who she's close to, like her sister, her family. She's a snob, she's self-absorbed, she's very appealing, she's gorgeous, she's socially gifted, she's a drinkaholic, she's greedy, she's clueless, whereas, she's like very manipulative, but she's not very smart. She's shameless, she can do whatever the heck she wants, she doesn't care. She's a social smoker, a mastermind, which I agree with that one. They're imaginative and strategic thinkers. They plan for everything. Popular hobbies include reading, no. Cultural events, taking classes, no. She's not into any of those things. But she is a very big mastermind. She's a heavyweight for most drugs. She's a cocaine addict. She's attractive. Mistress of disguise. So she's this terrible person, but if looking in at her, you think that she's great. She's a tormentor. She's a great kisser. She is a top-notch toddler, a happy toddler, because she had this amazing child life. Her life was so great as a toddler, and then something happened that made it all go south, which we'll find out in the future. She's alcohol heavyweight. Really? Dastardly. She's beguiling, gregarious, rebellious, loud, and she's a mean streak. And she is still she's still a teenager, so she doesn't have any college degrees or anything. Amelia is a vegetarian. She's introverted. She has absolute pitch, which means like she has a flawless pitch, and they're very talented. She's very tender-hearted. She's the piper, so They know an arsenal of songs and have significant power over others. She's beloved. She has a small appetite, which is why she's so skinny. She's just naturally skinny. She's a role model. Creatively gifted, memorable, sincere, poetic, a savant, everyman, overachiever, the commander. Bold, imaginative, and strong-willed leaders. That's not her at all. I'll have to change that. Unique appearance. She's just naturally pretty. She's a kindness ambassador. She's very sweet. She's an artist. She's introverted, alluring, and a muser. And her traits. Baking, 10. So since she's not very popular, she's a very introverted, non-popular person, she had a lot of time at home to get all these different skills. So she's baking 10, charisma 10, because even though she doesn't talk to people a lot, she's not popular, she's very smart and she's very caring, so she's great charisma. Comedy 10, cooking 10, DJ mixing 10, dancing 5, fitness 8, just natural. Gardening 10, gourmet cooking 10, guitar 10, logic 10, video production 5, mischief 1, which I didn't give her. She actually got that by herself. I think she trolled the forums or something. Painting 5, persuasion 4, piano 10, pipe organ 10. She's just great at anything music. Research and debate 6, singing 10, video gaming 10, violin 6, and writing 10. Next we have Lily. And Lily, as I said before, she is huge into fitness, so she is fitness 10. She has dancing 5, cooking 10, charisma 10, and baking 10. She's popular, but she's not like crazy popular. She went to a different school than the twins, and she is just one of those jock girls that's like very nice, very sweet, and smart. So she's popular because she's a jock, but she's not like absurdly popular. Flower arranging 5, gardening 5, gourmet cooking 5, handiness 10, logic 5, painting 5, and video gaming 1. Oops, I didn't tell you her. Okay, so she is untouchable. She's just very naturally gorgeous and thin and everything. She's sensitive. She's very nurturing. So she's great with children. She has a tender heart. She's sincere. She's a good cook, because she did most of her cooking as a kid. Like I said, she didn't come from a good household. So she's very sincere. She has a high metabolism, and she loves food. I know I have that in here, some big appetite. Yeah, she loves food. So it's great she has a high metabolism and she's so active, because otherwise she'd be chunky, which there's nothing wrong with that. I'm chunky. So believe me, there's nothing wrong with being chunky. But with her just being so active and having a high metabolism, that's the only reason she isn't. She's beloved. She got the champion. Enthusiastic, creative, and sociable, free spirits. I agree with that for her. Who will always find a reason to smile. Yes, she's very, very happy person. She's a role model. Everyman. She's very fertile, which is why she's pregnante. She's very thrifty. She came from a very poor household, so she had to get some traits like that to make sense. She's vicarious. She loves being around children. She's an animal whisperer. She's attractive. She has a big appetite. She's frugal, caregiver, animal affection, domestic, quick learner, gregarious, and alluring. And again, she's a teenager, so she doesn't have any degrees or anything. And then we have Philip here, which I don't know what he is doing. He's so cute, I can't. So Philip's story is really sad. His traits is he has a tender heart, but he is joyless. He grew up not loved, so he doesn't have much joy in his life, and he's gloomy because he doesn't understand that there are things to be happy about, because he's so used to not having anything to be happy about. He has a very big appetite, because there were many days and nights he'd go to bed without eating anything all day, or eating just one snack, not even like a full meal, which is why he's so tiny. He's a sweetaholic, because he never got sweets as a kid. He just wasn't allowed to have them, so he's a huge sweetaholic. He's very weak, because he was malnourished, but he's very sincere, and he's a very tender-hearted, sweet kid. his skills. He has great great creativity and great smarts, but his motor is very low because he couldn't join the school clubs that other people were allowed to join, and he couldn't go outside and play. He was just stuck in this hotel room playing with his cards and reading books from the library in the hotel. So he got his mental skill up a lot because he got to read and like jump in the book and like live out the book, and that was his childhood until it came to an end. Anyway, those are our characters. That is our hotel. I really hope you guys like it and that you're looking forward to this series and this challenge. Let me know down in the comments below how you feel about the characters, how you feel about the story. If I was not detailed enough about how this challenge is going to work, let me know everything. Just any comments. I am interested to hear. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to join the Witty fam, and have a great rest of your day. Bye!